Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you are safe, you are well, and you are with someone you care about who also cares about you. I hope that many of you watching this are about to take some time off for Thanksgiving if you are in the US. If you are not, I hope your week is an awesome one. Just as a reminder, the entire channel are taking the rest of this month off. So we're going to be back in the office at the beginning of December. We're basically taking a week off for Thanksgiving, and that means that all of these videos are pre-recorded. So you might notice next week I'm going to be wearing the same outfit when I'm doing my Sunday musing, but the topics of discussion are definitely going to be different. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about vehicle size. So as I have been saying for a really long time, as Kate Walton-Elliott has been saying for a really long time, we don't need massive, oversized, overpriced luxury SUVs and pickups. We need compact, affordable, everyday EVs. And if we want EVs to take off around the world, we need more affordable vehicles. And it's something that some company CEOs are starting to realize. So Ford CEO Jim Farley has really been on a bit of a push lately even, to kind of focus on more affordable, lower cost EVs, ones with LFP battery packs, ones with fewer features perhaps, a smaller footprint, ones that are more economical, energy efficient, and easier on the wallet. And he's been very upfront, I think, about the fact that what Ford thought everybody wanted, which was massive, oversized pickup trucks and SUVs, isn't actually what people are buying. But my question is this, and I'm being a little bit of a devil's advocate. Yes, but will people actually buy smaller vehicles? I know around the world there has been this almost inexorable push towards bigger is better mentality. It's not just the US. I think it started in the US. It started in the US many years ago. But I think it's happening around the world. This concept of people wanting bigger cars, ever more features, ever larger footprints, and reduced efficiency, whether that is from a gasoline engine or from an all-electric drivetrain. It pains me that cars that are coming to market today are actually offering very often worse electrical efficiency than cars made 10 years ago. And yes, the more modern cars go further per charge because their batteries are bigger. They use more resources to make their battery packs, which is a big problem. They are more expensive because they have more computers in them. They have more advanced self-driving features. And that's all great if you're into such things. But for many people, I've maintained that small, affordable EVs are what people really want. But I am also worried that this inexorable push that I mentioned earlier has convinced mainstream buyers. Now, I'm not talking about EV fans, I'm talking about mainstream car buyers, that they must have larger vehicles. And it makes me worry that EVs are going to be relegated again to the task of city-town runabouts. I hope that that is not going to be the case. And I hope that the breadth of fast charging deployment that we've seen around the world helps prevent that. I mean, I've been following, as many of you know, I watch a lot of motorcycle vloggers who are traveling around the world, and, you know, watching them drive through parts of the world that I will probably never get a chance to go to, and seeing EVs on the road, very often Chinese EVs, especially in kind of northwestern parts of Asia, that have charging availability on the side of the road. And in very often, many cases, you're seeing charging infrastructure deployed before the roads are improved. And so one recent video that I remember watching involved seeing Chinese EVs being driven from China into I can't remember which country it was. I want to say Turkmenistan, but I might be wrong. And these cars are being driven across the border with no kind of license plates or anything, but they were being delivered to customers in Turkmenistan, and there were charging stations en route. So, you know, if people like Itchy Boots, the motovlogger, are encountering cars like that in the wild, I think maybe there is some hope that EVs are not going to be relegated again to the state of being city runabouts only. But I am also worried that mass media, the bigger is better mentality, which is still very prevalent, will convince people who would maybe consider a mid-size EV not to buy a smaller EV and to instead go for a hybrid or a mild hybrid or a plug-in hybrid. And I think paired with that is a concern that as automakers like Ford shift towards smaller, more affordable vehicles, other automakers are going to move away from EVs entirely, and we're going to start to see the the expected behavior in terms of dismissing EVs. We know that Toyota CEO, for example, is all too eager to dismiss EVs as nonsense and wants people to move towards alternative choices, namely hydrogen and hybrid vehicles. But when it comes to moving away from EV production entirely, if customers no longer have choices in the mid-size and large vehicle segments, and some people genuinely do need those larger vehicles, I'm concerned that we're going to see a drop in sales, and that will prompt automakers making smaller EVs to go, see, nobody wants them. I hope that the answer to all of this is to encourage people to have smaller EVs, but to continue to make mid and larger vehicles available for those who really need and want them, but to maybe look at policy shifts to encourage people into smaller EVs. As markets around the world have shown countless times, including Norway, if you incentivize people to buy a particular type of vehicle, they're more likely to buy it. So you can shift people's use cases in a different direction. And once someone has experienced the compact small EV and how easy it is to drive and how nippy it is around town and how they can use it on a long distance trip because DC fast charging is now more prevalent than it used to be 10 years ago, I hope that people will then go, actually, yeah, I am going to buy a new EV that is small. And interestingly too, I want to talk about some of my own bias here, because I have driven small EVs for literally 18 years. Like, the majority of my EVs have been small. And the car that I now consider small, my Chevrolet Bolt EV, I would have at one time looked at that and gone, oh, that's a full-size car. So I know that attitudes shift. I'm very grateful that the Chevy Bolt is coming back, albeit the Bolt EUV is being reincarnated as the Bolt EV. But I think we need even smaller vehicles than that. My question is, will the general public buy them? There's no doubt in my mind that EV advocates and the already converted will buy them. But what about regular members of the public who still have some really nasty prejudices and preconceptions about EVs? Let me know in the down below, and I will see you again this time next week. And there's a very cute chipmunk that's just appeared over there. Very, very cute indeed. I'm not going to move and show it to you though, because it will disappear if I do that. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching today. You can connect with us on Patreon, Discord, Mastodon, Blue Sky, or through our website. Massive thanks to the amazing folks scrolling by right now. You are the reason we can stay independent and keep making content without corporate influence. Want to see your name listed here too? Support starts at just $1.50 a month, and you can now even gift memberships. And of course, a massive welcome to our newest members: Adam B, Andrew Brown, Tiara Graves, Philip Jackson, Dieter Mulhop, Noor Naif, Annie Onimus, Todd Plenis, Barus Sharati, Andrei Statsky,
Ralph Stultz, Richard Teague, Triple A He They, Lisa Vargi, Vicky Morales, Magpie Motors, and Travis Whitman. Thank you for joining up to support the channel. At this particular time in history when everyone's feeling the pinch, we are so grateful that you've joined the team, and that allows us to keep making great content. If you'd like to join them, you'll find our Patreon link below, or you can sign up via YouTube. If you're signing up for Patreon though, please go to the Patreon website. Do not use the Apple or Google app, since both take a big cut that hurts your wallet and reduces the income we receive. Prefer a one-off contribution? We've got Ko-fi, Bitcoin, a PO box, our swag store, and even an Amazon affiliate link, all great ways to make sure your money helps us. We post new videos every few days on the main channel, plus extras over on TE Take 2. And since YouTube comments, while open, aren't safe for us, the best way to chat with the team is through Patreon, Mastodon, Blue Sky, or our website, or in fact, our Discord chat. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we'd love you to check out this one instead. Be awesome, be kind, be intentional, and never forget to resist. Keep evolving!